Hey everybody, it's time to update Same Pan Last Year. But before I get started, I'm going to ask you to please do all of the things, and you know what they are. Okay, so Same Pan Last Year is a project that I actually created, and essentially what we've got going on here is that it is the major calendar holidays. And I put a prompt or an idea with each one of those, and it is going to run, it started January 8th and it's going to run through December 8th because I don't want to make people carry things over into the first week of the next year. I just thought that would be more convenient. We can get everything finished up in the same calendar year and just make it simple. So that was kind of what I did. I did do this in collaboration with the Fantastic Ladies group on Facebook. So they're going to be linked down below. I cannot fit everything into my description box. So if this is something that you are interested in doing, just let me know. Or go to the Fantastic Ladies and just join. It's as easy as that. It is not too late. You could join now if you chose to and skip like the first part of the prompts. It would be just fine. So don't ever feel like it's too late with this one. You could just jump in wherever you feel comfortable doing it. All right. So generally speaking, the theory was we're going to do monthly updates on or around the 8th. If it works for you, it could be bi-monthly, it could be quarterly. I did my own intro late. I will try and link my intro down below because I do explain a little bit more of some of the prompts and why I put them in. Because I did put in some not date specific ones also just to kind of round it out. And I don't have a lot of rules. You can pick as many as you want. You can pick and choose and do one of the prompts from each month if you so chose. I mean, that whatever is fine with me. Set your own goals, okay? This is something that is supposed to work for you and be fun. If it's not quite working, change it. If you need to change your goals because you're not getting where you want to get, change it. I'm fine with any of that stuff. No problem. So, but before I get too far off on my tangents and my rambling, can refer to it as all of my videos basically as stream of consciousness, which was a very polite way of saying that I have no filter between my brain and my mouth, and whatever's going on in my head, that's the direction we're going to end up going. So that should tell you everything you need to know about me in case you are new here. I am going to start with these in in numerical order, although that is chronological. Really not the point. Just because that makes it simpler for me to keep track of things, and that is the reason that I am doing it this way. So for New Year's Day, it was to pick an item that's new in your collection. Everything else is pretty much supposed to be older, unless it doesn't work for you. That's fine. But my new item was the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Beautifying Face Palette. I had to make sure I got the words right on that. I knew it was Pillow Talk something. This is a 4-pan palette with a mirror that is shiny and reflective. It's a couple of blushes and a couple of highlighters. And my goal was just to use this 5 times. And I did. And I did a bunch of different things with it. I did, if I can do this, the pink blush with the pinkish highlighter. I did both of the highlighters combined to do just the highlighter in a look. I combined the blushes. I did all kinds of variations with that because I wanted to be able to play around with different combinations, and that's why I put it in for 5 uses. I have hit that. This is a rollout. Then the next thing I had in was for Chinese New Year. Now, I just listed a bunch of the different years and what the animal was for those years from the Chinese zodiac. It could be any one of them, or it could be any animal that you wanted. I decided to go with 2023, and that is the year of the rabbit. And what I did for that is I brought in the BH Aspen palette. This is a highlighter palette. And I brought Bunny Slope in for my prompt. I did this for 5 uses, and it's pretty, you guys. I got 5 uses on it, and I used it in a few different ways. I used it as a highlighter. I used it as an inner corner. What else? I think I might have even used it as an eyeshadow. I really liked it. I was having a really good time playing around with it. It's a lovely color. I also actually ended up using the pink in there for something else that I was doing. So I didn't use every color in the palette, but I did have a really good time with it. There's some really fun colors in here. So I'm very happy with that. That is going to roll back into my collection because it is completed. Then the next thing I had was for Black History Month, which is the month of February. And for that, I just went with a bomb product. And I actually kind of fudged my own idea there because I went with a hair care brand, not a makeup brand, but that's all right. Now I have used this. I think we're down to about here. So there's, there to about there left of the product. I didn't weigh it because it was only a 3 ounce and I thought I might actually get through the whole thing, but I didn't. So this is going to stay in the project until it is completed. And then the next thing I have is Groundhog Day, which is February 2nd. And that is an item that you keep repurchasing or are doomed to ban forever. So just something that's repeating in your collection. For me, I went with the NARS Orgasm Blush because every time I turn around, I seem to have a new mini one of these things coming in or another one that I didn't realize I still had in my collection. And I swear, these things just, they never go away. I will have this blush in my collection probably until till the day I die, most likely. So I'm assuming most of you have seen this. It is just a nice peachy pink. It is glowy. It has some gold in it. And I love it. It is a very nice color. It does go with everything. Kind of can do warm or cool looks with it. Works on my skin tone. Works on quite a few others. Doesn't work for everybody, but it does work on quite a few others. Now my goal for that was 10 uses. I have used it 6 times. Wow. It'd be nice if I could get the words out. So this is another item that is going to remain in the project because I do still have more uses to go on it. Then we have got Valentine's Day, which was February 14th. So I went red item, pink item, heart-shaped, love-themed. Any way you could tie it to Valentine's Day, I said go for it. With that, I brought in the Sydney Grace Be Mine palette. Now what I did with this is I wanted to touch 10 pans in here. That was basically it. Some of them I could have repeated. I just wanted to get my fingers in here and do a few looks. So I did do that, and I ended up doing 3 looks with it. 2 of them I think you already knew about from the first update. And then I also did another look using Smooch. Okay. I should have put my glasses on for this one. Baby Cakes, Cupid, and I Love You. Okay. Smooch, Baby Cakes. And then we've got Cupid and I Love You. So these are the 4 shades that I used in that last look. And those are the colors. Those 4 right there. This one's a little bit harder to see because it's a very, very whitish with just a hint of pink. So it's a little hard to see on my hand, but those are the ones that I used. So that means that I actually have completed my goal for this palette, and I am going to be removing this and rolling it back into my collection. We all know I love Sydney Grace. This is not a big surprise for anybody. Between my singles and my palettes, I think it's pretty obvious. All right, so then the next thing I had in was for March, Women's History Month. For that, I brought, it's anything from a female-owned brand. I brought in the Briogeo Don't Despair Repair. Yeah, that's what it was. And I just recently also used the avocado one, which was the Be Gentle, Be Kind. I wanted those two kind of close together to compare this one to that one. While this is nice, I actually am more fond of the green one. Just saying. And overall, Not Your Mother's is still my favorite, but this is completed, so that is also a rollout for this project. All right, then this is where I kind of went off track, and these are not going in order. I pulled in number 23, which was Latin Heritage Month, so it was something from a Latinx brand. And I did that because I wanted to use my Rare Beauty mascara. I'm pretty sure this is the Perfect Strokes mascara. Yeah, I have no idea. I think that's what it is. It's the Rare Beauty mascara. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. It's actually getting a little messy on the outside, but this is still holding up really well. And so my goal was to use this through the end of March. So I am going to continue using it. And then you will get something different from me next month. Then I also brought in number 30, which was holiday. And I listed every holiday that I could find from everywhere. I mean, everything that I could find. I have got, wow. I've got Bodhi Day for the Buddhists. I have got Ramadan for Muslims. I have got Hanukkah for those who are Jewish, Diwali for those who are Hindu. I tried to cover everything that I could find. If I missed one, I'm asking you guys if you're doing this project, or even if you're not, if there's a holiday that I am missing here, let me know. whatever that holiday around Christmas, I guess is what I celebrate. So around that time frame, and I think everybody's pretty well aware of what holiday season is. If I did not get one, let me know. I mean, I've got winter solstice, I've got Three Kings Day, I've got, yeah, I covered as much as I could. But what I had done, it was just to bring in something from the holiday season, whatever that may be. I brought in the BH Naughty palette, and I did an update on this last month and kind of put it out there for you guys, whether or not I should keep going with this or if it was time to just let it go, because most of these shades in here really don't work that well for me. And when I use this, I seem to be gravitating towards the same things. The verdict was pass it on. So not only am I going to consider that a completed prompt, I am going to declutter that from my collection. Thanks for all of your input. Appreciate it. So that means we're going to roll some stuff in, and I've got my basket of goodies. Here's what I am bringing in this time. I am bringing in spring. So this is a spring palette or an item you got last spring or any previous spring. For me, one of the things that I picked up last spring was a bottle of the Fresh Rose Deep Hydration Facial Toner. It's the one that's got all the floaties in it. Okay, can we get to a spot where you can see the floaties without the glare? Anyway, it literally has all of the rose petals in it. So it's chunky looking, but it is a very nice toner. You can never actually fully complete these because you can't get the rose petals out, and there will always be just a tiny bit of liquid remaining. So the goal for this is to get it as close to finished as possible. And trust me, I push as much as I can. I want to get every drop out of here, but I've found that I just really physically can't because it will not come out. So as close to finished as I can. Then I am also going to bring in St. Patrick's Day, which is March 17th. And this is a green item or leprechaun item, meaning it could be an item that's your pot of gold, or it could be a tiny item, just kind of however it worked for you. So I'm going with a small item, and I am going to be bringing in the Fresh Soy Face Cleanser. There's a theme here for some reason. This is just a half ounce of that, and this is my favorite cleanser, actually, of all of them that I've used, and I've used so many. But this is one of my favorites, and I had this little bottle, and it actually came in with something else, and I thought, well, if I'm putting things in, I think these actually came together. So I thought, we'll get that used too, since we're bringing in some other stuff. And of course, to finish. Then, for April Fool's Day, an item you feel like a fool for buying. You guys are going to laugh at me. This is the Maybelline Lifter Gloss. This is in 005 Petal. These are supposed to be dupes for the Fenty Gloss Bombs. Now, not only do I have the Fenty Gloss Bombs, a couple of them full size that I actually purchased because I'm a complete goofball, but I also have several of these Maybelline Lifter Glosses. And you might wonder why, since I don't actually like lip gloss. Yes, they're fine, they're lovely, they're whatever. I'm not a fan of lip gloss. So why I need these, I have no idea. My goal is going to be 15 applications, and I am not counting what I just did. It's going to start after the video is done and this is put into my bathroom. So I just want to get 15 uses on this. This is the one, and I don't know if you guys can tell, it has like gold shimmer in it. It is really pretty. Unfortunately, I have 3 Maybelline Lifter Glosses here, and I have more in Minnesota. Yeah, not only did I buy them, but I bought them twice because I'm really that much of a goofball. So that is what the lip gloss looks like. 15 applications on that one. It does taste good. All right, then I am also bringing in Easter, which is April 9th of 2023. So a pastel item. For that, I had a Baby Fresh Rose Deep Hydration Face Cream. This is a 0.2 ounce jar. These are so cute. The jar itself is actually kind of pinkish, and the lid is like a metallic pink. It is brand new. There we go. I couldn't get it open. Oh, and it's got a little, but brand new, completely full. Hard to see because it's white, but you can tell. And so I am bringing this in to completion. Remember what I was saying about a theme here? For some reason, I just went, oh, well, all these fresh products seem to work. But I had picked it because of the pink on the box, but the pink there kind of works too. So that's going to be in to finish. And then the last one that I'm going to be bringing in for this update is Earth Day, which is April 22nd. And this is supposed to be an eco-friendly item, clean beauty, etc. And I know there's controversy around clean. I just thought there are some things that are much more environmentally conscious. And I want to say it's Half Magic Beauty that does their unit containers look like egg crates. But a lot of their stuff is recyclable. I don't have anything from that brand. But if anybody else out there does, there you go. So what I am bringing in actually is sexy hair. I'm bringing in the Style Curling Cream. I'm just putting this in for 5 uses. I don't follow the curly girl method just because I finally found what does really work for my hair. And I mean, yeah, to the best of the way it's going to work. I prefer creams over gels. I do use a little bit of gel occasionally. I am not the biggest fan of gel. So I like the creams, and this is probably my favorite curling cream of all time. This is a brand new bottle. Like I said, I'm just going to bring it in for 5 uses. But one of the things I did want to do was tell you about why I picked this brand. And I actually took a screenshot of it so that I could read it to you. All right. So the brand is Sexy Hair. Sexy Hair makes products that help you express yourself through your hairstyle while also doing more for the planet. They're certified cruelty-free by PETA and only choose ingredients from cruelty-free sources with packaging made from 100% post-consumer recycled plastic. By taking active responsibility for what is put into the world, they hope we can all make even better conscious choices about the products we love. And I thought, well, okay, that one actually makes me fairly happy. I'm glad. I didn't know that one. I just like the product. And I didn't know all of that. And I was looking to see what was like clean beauty or conscious beauty or whatever between Sephora and Ulta, just going through. That's kind of how I start searching for information a lot of times. That's what came up. And I thought, oh, that's wonderful. So luckily I'm doing my part without realizing it, but there we go. All right. That is everything that I have for the update. But, I'm going to give you a music moment. So for today, for no other reason than simply because I have picked the song So Cold by Breaking Benjamin. Breaking Benjamin is one of my favorite bands. I absolutely love Ben Burley's voice. And I have seen them live about 5 times. So Cold was the first song that I ever heard by them, and that's what turned me onto the band. So that is the reason that I chose that song for today's music moment. So if you are interested, I will have a video linked down below for your listening pleasure. I hope you enjoy it. And until next time, see ya. Bye.